Good morning, Emma and Craig. I'm joined by Jonathan Barry, the artistic director of Penobscot Theatre Company. Sorry, I had a little brain fart there.
That's the job.
And
yeah.
we're here to talk about the upcoming show, Mr. Burns, a post-electric play.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about it.
Mr. Burns, a post-electric play, is by Annie Washburn. It won the Pulitzer Prize 10 years ago in its time. And it is the story of basically why we tell stories in the dark. It's it starts 7 months after a nuclear disaster has taken out all the power, all the known power in the world, as far as we can tell, and we deal with 5 individuals who are gathering around a fire to tell a story to distract them from their current situation. And so it's firelight and it's that kind of feel, and then we jump 7 years later, right? And we see that same group of people and they become a traveling theater troupe, and they are telling Simpson stories as part of their the thing that they are offering. So people have seen Station 11. It feels a little bit like that. And then in the third act, we jump again 75 years later, and we see how those stories have developed, and we see a society that is still emerging from this pretty major tragedy, but they've clearly built things up, and we see the the importance of hope in that storytelling, and we tell about where they came from and where they're going. And I think for me it's a really, really smart, beautiful play about truly the importance of theater and why we tell stories in the dark.
All right, so this play is really just about, how theater finds a way, how creativity finds a way, which is kind of important right now for PTC because, as I understand, with this show, you guys had to cut the budget down a little bit. You guys are looking at some budget constraints right now, and you're hoping that patrons can be understanding as we go through a little bit of a transition right now. Tell me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, George Vafiadis, our founder 50 years ago, really had an audacious plan to bring professional theater to the community of Bangor, and Bangor has traditionally been wildly supportive of that idea. I mean, it took a minute to catch on, but there have also been historically like 3 other pretty significant times in the theater's history where there's been a struggle, and the Bangor community has always come through. What it is for us, I think we planned and needed to plan a pretty large-scale 50th anniversary season that felt like a celebration, that felt like all the reasons you love PTC and want to celebrate that. And so while we've seen some pretty good response post-COVID of our ticket sale numbers are going up, they're not where they used to be. We're at about 2016, 2017 levels now, which is a big boost from where we were, but it's not quite there. And also, unfortunately, foundations and organizations and even some individuals have pulled back resources for not-for-profits like us during this time. I think everybody pulled things in. And so our unearned income particularly didn't quite hit where we thought it was going to hit this year, and so we're doing some pretty major rethinking. If you have interest in supporting the theater, for sure, now is the time. I think that we provide a pretty remarkable resource to this community, and they've always supported us in the past, so we do. I know that's a dire headline, but we feel really confident that the community is going to be able to come and support us. Yeah.
Okay, absolutely. So it's really important right now to come out and support. So previews for Mr. Burns starts this Thursday, and the show opens. So we'll have more on that story later. For now, back to you, Emma and Craig.
Thanks.